Okay, being bloated literally sucks because you want to wear a dress, but you know that when you go for dinner, after having dinner at a restaurant, you're gonna look 5 months pregnant. Let me help you with bloating because bloating sucks. And let me tell you, women go through bloating all the time, and most of the time we do not do anything about it, so it just sticks around. Trust me, you might even have a flat belly, but you're just bloated all the time that you don't even realize it. That is a problem that I personally dealt with. I was bloated all the freaking time that I thought that I didn't have a flat stomach. But after I did my little research on bloating and stopped bloating, oh, life has never been more calming and better, because now I do not have to worry about people mistaking me for a 5-month-old pregnant lady. Okay, so let's talk about how you can get rid of a bloated stomach and avoid being bloated in the first place. So let's go. Number 1, you have to identify your food triggers. Now, bloating can happen for a lot of reasons. Okay, you can eat a huge meal, you can eat something that your body does not really like. Usually for me, for example, I get bloated the minute I eat cheese or drink milk. Lactose intolerant. But it also happens when I eat rice. But if I eat rice, like a small portion of it, I do not get bloated. So I have studied my body. So you need to study your body. First of all, what you have to do is identify your food triggers. Now, how do you do that? You keep a little diary for a month and eat all kinds of foods and identify what exactly gets you bloated in the first place. Is it chips? Is it salty food? Is it cheese? What is it? So for example, me personally, I get bloated, like I said, for cheese and milk. My friend does not get bloated for cheese, but she does get bloated when she eats salty food. So you might not get bloated when it comes to salty food, but you might get bloated if you eat rice and stuff like that. So you need to identify what kinds of food makes you bloated. Write in your diary, what did you eat? Did you get bloated or not? Also, in order for you to not get bloated, you need to eat your food slowly. Like, stop eating so fast and stop eating more than you have to. This is a huge problem that I used to have. I used to eat whatever was on the plate, and I wouldn't eat until I was full. I would eat until my entire plate was empty, which is not okay. Our human bodies are designed to eat not so much. If you look back, like years ago, our ancestors would eat just how much is needed for our body. Now we eat what is served, we eat the entire plate, and that's about it. That's one of the reasons a lot of people are fat nowadays. They're not healthy. But if you look back at our ancestors, they have all of these muscles, they're good in shape, you know, and they're healthy and they're strong because they eat what they have to, what they need, not just random shit. So make sure that you identify your food triggers. Make sure you know what gets you triggered, especially foods like sodas, alcohol, pasta, carbs. Basically, you need to make sure that you understand your food triggers, and trust me, this is a huge game changer. Okay, now when I go to a restaurant, I will make sure that I always make sure that I do not order anything from the menu that will make me bloat, because I do not want to be bloated, because it's an uncomfortable feeling. It's not just the way how it looks, but it's just really uncomfortable. And I make sure I do not order any gassy drinks, because sodas like cola, Fanta, I do not order any of those because it instantly gets me bloated because there's too much gas on my stomach. So I avoid all of those things. I get a natural juice and I'm still happy. Literally take a shit. Most of the time, I also have this problem, by the way. Most of the time, women are bloated because of constipation. Now, not just women, but men too. Most of the time we're constipated and we have no idea. And the reason you're constipated is for many reasons. There could be many reasons, but one of the reasons is because your body lacks fiber. You need to eat fiber-rich foods, and you need to eat food that's rich in fiber that is also easily digestible. I love broccoli, avocados, pears, fruits, grains, but also I make sure that from none of those, from the entire list, even though they're fiber rich, I make sure that they are not one of my triggers, because there are some foods that trigger you and that you get bloated and you end up getting bloated. You want to avoid that, but you still need to eat fiber rich foods. So do your little research and figure out fiber rich foods that won't trigger bloatation. Just walk. I walk at restaurants after a meal. I digest food like this. literally just walk. Now, have you ever noticed, like especially students or people who have desk jobs, you guys sit for so long that you stand up and you feel instant discomfort in your belly area because you're bloated. You just have to walk around. Now, I always suggest exercising regularly to avoid bloating, but if you can't do that, you want to get rid of your bloat instantly, literally just walk around. Walk for like 5-10 minutes. I do this all the time. If I'm at a restaurant and I have an entire night ahead of me and I still want to look good and I still want to be comfortable and I don't want to be bloated, I literally just walk. Go to the bathroom, just walk. Make sure you digest your food. Also, like I said earlier in this video, do not eat more than you have to. Eat until you're full. You do not have to finish the entire plate. Serve what you can eat. Do not overserve yourself. Do not overeat, because that is one of the biggest problems ever. So do not do any of those things. But yeah, walk. Even if you are a student, you have a desk job, literally get up every 5-10 minutes, every 15 minutes, just walk around, just stand. If you can do whatever you have to get done standing, it's even better. We humans are not designed to sit all the time. There's a reason why we get bloated. Our bodies are not designed to do so. So just walk, get that energy, get rid of that energy, get rid of the food, digest your food properly. So yeah, just walk. And the last one is avoid swallowing air. Now, I'm not joking, but this is an actual problem. Most of you guys are bloated because you swallow air, and you might not even know how you do this. One way you swallow air is when you're smoking, when you're literally when you are literally swallowing air, or when you're chewing gum. Do your little research about it, how you actually swallow air while doing nothing, and you end up getting bloated because you're swallowing air. So try to avoid doing all of those things. And the last one is literally avoid gassy things, like gassy foods or gassy drinks like cola, Fanta, alcohol. Mama. But yeah, basically avoid all of those things and you're good to go. You are good to go. So that's basically how you get rid of a bloated stomach. No one wants a bloated stomach, but I just want to say this one thing. Just know, as a woman, our reproductive system, our organs are placed in such a way that we cannot always have a flat stomach. Now, I understand if you want to get rid of a bloated stomach because of the way it looks, but please don't worry about your looks all the time. You are beautiful. One of the main reasons I wanted to get rid of my bloated stomach is also because of the way it looks, but mainly because of how uncomfortable it is to have a bloated stomach all the time. At this point, most of us are so used to having a bloated stomach that it becomes a new normal for us, but it is not normal to have a bloated stomach. After doing all of these things, you still have a bloated stomach, please visit a doctor, get everything checked out. You might be having an underlying health issue. Go to a doctor, get your blood tests done regularly, and make sure that you are healthy in the first place. So yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.